In this video, we're going to be demonstrating and explaining some of the calendar sharing within the hosted Exchange environment. This is a big topic and question, and we get a lot of support requests for this, so hopefully this will be helpful to everybody. So the first thing that we'll do is show you how to open a shared calendar. So I've already had MB2 share their calendar with JDoe, and to open it, now there's a couple of different ways. We can have them send an email. So for this one, MB2 has sent us an email, and we can click open. Now if we don't have this email or it never came through for whatever reason, to open another user's shared calendar, we can go within Outlook, we can go to the calendar tab, and this is our calendar, but what we can do is we can say open calendar, and we can say open shared calendar. When we press the name, it'll give us a list of everybody in our organization, and we'll go ahead and say I want to open MB2's calendar. Okay. And so we'll click OK, and now we have MB2's calendar on here. And depending on the permissions that they gave us, we could potentially add appointments and things like that. It doesn't look like we have those permissions here, but that's what we'll go over when we talk about sharing calendars. So I'm going to go ahead and close MB2's calendar now, and we're going to go ahead and talk about sharing. So to share our calendar, we're going to right click on our calendar, which is this green one here, and we're going to go to share and calendar permissions. Okay. Now these are the default permissions, which basically says nobody is allowed to look at it except for members of my organization, which are allowed to review it. Okay, so they can look at the appointments that I have. They can't necessarily see whether or not I'm available at a time, and they certainly can't make changes to appointments. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add MB2. And so now we can see MB2 is on here, and they just have some basic, very minimal permissions. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set them as, maybe MB2 is my assistant, and we're going to set them as an owner so that they can now have full and complete access to my calendar to add appointments, change appointments, delete appointments, and so on. So now MB2 can go and make any changes they want to my calendar. And to illustrate that, we're going to jump over into the Outlook Web Access, and we're going to log in as MB2. And when we log in, we can go over here to Calendar, and we'll hit Share and Add Calendar here. And from here, we'll go ahead again and click on Name, and we'll choose JDoe because we know that JDoe shared the calendar with MB2, and we'll click OK. And then we'll go ahead and hit OK one more time, and that's going to bring up JDoe's calendar. So now, because we have full permissions, we can click on the calendar, we can say New, and so we can put an appointment on their calendar. We can set to notify them. Here's a test appointment, and we'll just leave everything default here, testing, and we'll hit save and close. And so now we can see the appointment created here on JDoe's calendar by MB2. And so that's how we can implement sharing calendars between OWA and now we can come back here, and once this refreshes, we will certainly see, we can force that to refresh, and now we can see that that appointment is now that MB2 created is now on John Doe's calendar. So pretty simple, and that's how you share a calendar with our hosted Exchange. Thank you.